Hello lovelies. I am going to start with a Q&A. So the first one is, what motivates me? I mean, I'm going to be super honest here. It might be a bit of a deep answer, but there's obviously surface level answers as well. Surface level things could be just not wanting to feel like a complete slob and try and do things. Also wanting to achieve something and wanting to feel better, knowing I have better ways of being and feeling. I wouldn't say like a person or animal or anything kind of motivates me. It's more so my own sort of, I know my potential and I know there's more inside of me, and there's this like churning energy that just needs to be released. And I think it's just like, nah, I'm gonna fucking get out there and put my name out there. I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be vulnerable, and that's what kind of pushes me to do these things. I hate to feel like I'm being silenced or anything. But on a deeper level, things that motivate me is just the world spinning around and things changing and moving, and that constant cycle and growth and death and growth and death, and wanting to be on that momentum, that spiral of good momentum, good direction and positive energy. Yeah, and I guess just wanting to make the most of this life. That motivates me to make the most of it. But there's also so much pressure to like do something in that day or seize every day and go for it. And what I'm learning through lockdown is that I'm noticing my own patterns of when I have this buzz of energy and when I have a lull. And when I have those lulls, I do tend to not fully relax. I'm like in this kind of uncomfortable stress mode of like, fuck, I should be doing something, this is horrible. And so it's literally like, there's no point, I might as well do the blooming thing instead of sitting there feeling stressed about not moving forward in life. Or just do nothing but be kind to myself and rest and relax and do what I need to do, and just know, okay, in a couple of days or in the next day I'm gonna see where I'm at tomorrow. But yeah, that's kind of a struggle. The next one is, what are my biggest regrets in life so far? Which is pretty personal, but I think something that eats me up quite a lot of the time, which is something that I've also learnt from, that I'm trying to change now, is how I doubted myself when I was younger. I can feel this like time of my life where I was so influenced by people around me, and I cared a lot about what people thought of who they thought I was. And you know, I'd kind of really put myself aside, and I was just doing what I thought was right in terms of like, you know, just being myself, putting this kind of person across that was always fucking happy and shit. And I could tell around the certain people who I could be myself around, but even around people that I knew didn't like me or didn't get me, or I didn't even like them, I still wanted them to understand me or just see me as at least like nice and fun and open and happy and good vibes. And that kind of shitstormed a little bit because I'm not being true to myself. I'm not respecting like my own decisions and what I believe is true. Like, to get on with everyone, I mean, it's pretty fucked in my eyes. Also just like in careers or direction of what I wanted to do, and it's just like this feeling of like, ooh, I'm not sure if I am strong enough to do these things, or I'm not sure, like this person seems like they know what they're talking about, and maybe I should do that, because there's always fear on the other side of it. There's always something else, that contrasting feeling, and when someone shows you it or opens you up to the possibility of it, you can quite easily fall into that, and you encompass it and you know it, and it feels right. But you can also so easily do that with the other side of feeling complete love and positivity towards it, and just absolute expectation of it coming to fruition and going the way you want it to go. And I just regret that I felt that in me, and I listened to the fear and I listened to other people. That really pisses me off, and I'm trying to listen to that part of me that truly knows that what I'm about to do or what I'm doing is good for me, and to listen to it and to act on it and go for it, and do not fucking share a thing to anyone, okay? It doesn't matter what their friggin' opinion is. It only matters how you feel about it. And so why share? What is the fucking point? They could either big it up or they could tear it down. Just don't listen to it. Listen to yourself, and then you only have yourself to blame, and you have no resentment to anyone else. Fuck, man. Yeah, big fucking regret. But at the same time, huge lesson, because now I focus more so on that, and it's becoming more and more strong and becoming a good manifester. And yeah, I've got a lot of fucking power and strength and potential inside of me, and I know that now, and I'm fucking excited, and ain't no one gonna stop me, and no one's gonna know what I'm talking about either, because I'm not gonna fucking share it, okay? Keep your fucking nose out. Anyway, next question. So this question says in full, do you ever find when people get a rush of energy, like I'm gonna change, I'm gonna be successful, etc., do you think that this gives people a false sense of security and it is actually the wrong thing to do? So this question, the last part of it where it says full sense of security and do you think it's the wrong thing to do, I'm guessing that's how they feel about that topic, or that's what they've experienced, the feeling, a reaction to when people do that. So I'm going to take that bit away, and I'm just going to answer, when people get a rush of energy, like I'm going to change and I'm going to be successful, and what do I think about it? I think it's a great thing to feel that positive rush of energy, and you almost feel your potential, and you can see it, and you're excited. And the most important thing there is the part of action, putting it into action, putting in the work. And yeah, it may take a while for it to come to, and people can lose that momentum before it comes to fruition. But I also think it's a brilliant way to learn. Whether you fail, whether it goes wrong, whether it doesn't, you're learning so much on the way. And it's great to have goals and ambitions and ideas and visions of how you want things to go. And maybe there's a thing about being realistic, and I don't really like that word really, because realistic implies has like a negative connotation, like it's, for me anyway, when people say, you need to get fucking realistic, you need to get in the real world, it's like, why would I want to be in your world? You literally seem so negative and angry. I'd rather stay in the clouds and be happy and piss all you people off, quite frankly. But I understand about being proactive, like doing something, the correct action to what your motivation and positive direction is. It's kind of in line with those. And you've got to, because I've been there, like I've had this idea and this vision, and I'm like, yes, this is gonna fucking happen, and then I don't want to work full time, I don't want to put in the hours, and I'm almost like dragging it out so slowly across such a long period of time. Mostly that came from me because like I was so scared that I was gonna like die tomorrow, and I wouldn't want to live my whole day or my whole weeks or months working full time. Like, that's not a life for me. But it ended up just taking so much longer to get to what I wanted to do than actually just putting my whole heart and whole ambition into it, because I know it's going to come to. And in no time, like, I'd saved money and I was on the road to doing what I wanted to do. So it's good to have these rushes of energy, but I think it's putting the action into it appropriately towards what you want, and, you know, having like a goal, like, okay, I'm going to achieve this by that time, and I'm going to achieve this, and focus and go for it and feel it fully and expect it and know it will come. And almost don't tell other people, because you could be telling someone who doesn't believe in you, and most of the time people don't. Like, they're like, oh cool, yeah, that sounds really good, and until it actually comes to, then they'll be like, oh, nice one. Like, I realise this, people want to see it finished. And I realised that with my art as well. This is where it came from, because when I create art, I put up photos. I used to put up photos of it half done, like, look, you know, it's coming too, or like, look how cool this is. But they're just seeing a half drawn photo, and they're like, okay, cool, show me when it's done, mate. Like, I don't care. And yeah, they can see the potential, and that's exciting, but they probably won't comment or like it at that point. They're waiting, or, you know, they'll wait until it comes to. So just do not share that stuff. And I think that also keeps you focused, because you want to finish it for you, not for what other people think about it. Next question: what would I say to my 18-year-old self? So I'm 27 now. That's mad. So it's a good time ago. And I would literally again say, stop listening. Stop caring about what other people think. I know that's quite common for teenagers to go through that. I think they're a bit more conscious of that external observing field. And what's interesting, there's a science experiment where the actual act of observing something changes the pattern of that occurring sequence. So maybe we're so aware at that point of that thing watching us. It's like Big Brother, you know, or going out at the moment with lockdown. When I go out and no one's outside, so I know everyone's inside, and I look out my window most of the time, so I'm probably being watched. Not in a creepy way, maybe in a creepy way, but just being observed. People might not even be thinking or even care what I'm doing, but I am aware of that. I don't know if anyone else is. I haven't said anything, but it's almost like I go into like this act mode. I'm sort of like, oh, I don't know, I almost want to inspire people or create something positive for them to see. But the thing is, I would do these things anyway. You know, when you're walking alone, you just sort of kick a stick, or you kick rocks, or you're just like whistling or singing. You don't really care. And so I noticed that, and I noticed that, oh, I'm being myself here, but I'm also aware. And so, what was the question? Yeah, major tangent. So to my 18-year-old self, I just say, just really heal yourself, because I was in a lot of pain, I think, because I was getting drunk a lot, like most teenagers do, okay, but I knew that there were times where I would just sort of drink myself to not know what I was doing, and just to numb out everything and just have a good time and go a bit wild and crazy. And I wish I just sort of looked after myself a bit and really I guess really comforted by my friends, and took the time, like maybe journaling or something, and, you know, doing a bit more self-introspection, and yeah, to love myself a bit more and not to listen, not care. But it's hard to say that though, isn't it? Don't care what people think, but more so just like, if you do more introspection, you're focusing on yourself and what you want and what feels good, and you're working on you, you really won't put that attention outside because it's going inside. And I think that's the key there, isn't it? It's just focus on yourself a bit more. Then there'd be far less anxiety, far less worry about what everyone else is doing, what they're thinking, and you'll feel more like secure in yourself. All makes sense, really, doesn't it? I guess I could say some nice things now and just sort of say goodbye, but I do really care about how you're all feeling. I just hope this gives you a bit more conversation feel, and I feel you, I'm with you. Best advice I could give today is something I've already done, which is a little workout, and if not that, at least an ice cold shower. I know it's freezing, but at the moment it's rainy and cold outside, and I had an ice cold shower, and I was buzzing afterwards. You wrap up nice and warm afterwards, and the whites of my eyes were popping, like I looked fresh, I had energy, I was happy, I felt good about myself, and yeah, motivated. Sending love, alright? Love yourself, be kind. You are loved. Bye.